Hello and welcome to Motor News with me, Katie Neelan.
The first example of the stunning ALFA 8C Competizione arrived in the UK last week. The ultra-rare £138,000 hand-built ALFA looks every inch a supercar with performance credentials to match. Under the bonnet, a responsive 4.7-litre V8 engine produces an awesome 450 brake horsepower. Channelled through a sophisticated 6-speed F1-style paddle-shift gearbox to the rear wheels, the ALFA 8C Competizione produces enough power to launch its occupants from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds, and onto a top speed of 181 miles per hour. Having already launched a semi-automatic park steering system, the Park Assist, in its Touran, Tiguan, Passat and Passat estate to help drivers parallel park, Volkswagen is now presenting a concept system which is capable of perpendicular parking, the kind available on parking lots and in underground car parks, and doing so fully automatically. These parking spaces are often too narrow to allow drivers and passengers to get in and out of the car comfortably. In the not too distant future, Park Assist Vision will put an end to that. The only thing the driver needs to do is select an available space on the monitor of the navigation system, set the selection lever to P and alight from the car. The driver can of course choose to stay in the vehicle until the vehicle has been manoeuvred into its space. The new driver assistance system is still in the trial phase of development, but with Volkswagen's record, it won't be too long before the introduction of the system to series production. As part of the CAPE 2010 project and the acceleration of the marque's product offer, Peugeot have just announced that the Rcz concept car will be going into full production. The final production model will be unveiled at the 2009 Frankfurt Motor Show, 2 years after the concept car was first presented to the public, and will go on sale in the spring of 2010. This unique model is one of the first results to come from the CAPE 2010 competitive premium strategy. Therefore, the specification of the production model will be based on the key features of the Rcz concept. Its distinctive style will keep all the appeal and excitement of the original concept car alive. Dynamic features as well as the quality of finish and build will reflect the highest levels of the marque's expertise. By deciding to put the Rcz into production, Peugeot has demonstrated its willingness to break away from the traditional look of its coupes, which has been a key part of its image building, by delivering a unique product proposition with highly original styling. Oil prices are steadily increasing, and experts indicate there are few signs of this trend easing anytime soon. Having enjoyed cheap fuel for so long, this is hitting Americans harder than most. Chris Hansen reports from the US on a new GM survey that can help us all to save a little money.
So what does it cost to fill your tank these days? $40? $50? The average tank at today's prices will cost over $60 to fill, and many of us with larger tanks can pay a lot more. So we've gathered some experts and asked them what we can do to cut down on our fuel costs.
Higher pressure is critical. For every pound per square inch that you're underinflated, you lose 1 or 2% of your fuel economy. That extra rolling resistance, if you've ever ridden a bicycle with low air pressure, how much harder you had to work, it's the same thing with your engine, and that figure applies to each tire. So multiply it by 4.
Speed is another factor in fuel economy. The Environmental Protection Agency says that the aerodynamic drag of a vehicle at high speeds is a huge energy consumer. Every 5 miles per hour over 60 is like paying an additional 20 cents a gallon.
If you're aggressive, if you jump on the gas and jump on the brakes, you're going to waste fuel. More than anything else you can do, you can tighten that up, how you drive.
Again, the EPA says that driving sensibly and going the recommended speed limit can improve your mileage anywhere from 5 to 30%. That's what you can do, but all of our experts agree keeping your car properly maintained, following the owner's manual's recommendations, is first and foremost.
Modern engines have reduced the requirement for tune-ups that we used to do in the past, but it's still terribly important that we have a clean air filter, clean oil filter, and clean oil.
While these suggestions may seem small, added together they could save you a tank of gas every other month. That's big. I'm Chris Hansen.
The new Audi Q5 combines the poise of a sports saloon with highly variable interior and versatile options for leisure time and family use. Strong and efficient engines, quattro permanent all-wheel drive and agile running gear incorporating the innovative 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission and Audi Drive Select control system have been brought together to create a performance SUV for all seasons and all surfaces. The dimensions alone indicate that this is an SUV of all new proportions, measuring 4.63 metres long and 1.88 metres wide. The Audi Q5 is just 1.65 metres high, giving it a more purposeful stance than any of its competitors. What's more, this SUV sets another benchmark in its class, with a low drag coefficient of 0.33. And finally, a major academic review published by eSure Car Insurance suggests that evolutionary psychology and neurobiology can provide a better explanation of why young men are so prone to accidents and convictions than theories that focus on driving skills alone. Mike Pickard at eSure Car said, "There's been very little broad thinking about why young men suffer so much worse accident and conviction rates. This report makes a very clear point. It's not just about skills or enforcement, it's about teaching young men in particular to overcome natural instincts that have evolved to enjoy speed, danger, risk-taking and showing off. It was fine for cavemen, but not for the modern car driver." So that explains that then.
That's it for this edition. See you next time on Motor News.